Spirit guides, the universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Virgo's highest good. How is Virgo feeling in these final days of April 2025 and the beginning days of May 2025 with regards to one they're either thinking about, currently dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards for Virgo's feelings, please. 10 of Wands reversed, dropping the burdens. 2 of Pentacles reversed, struggling to find balance though. Okay, if they were upright, the 10 of Wands would be like, you've had to be strong for so unbelievably long, and you've dealt with so many challenges that you are just a warrior, mighty, muscular. You've become used to carrying strain, you've become used to carrying burden all of the time, so much of it, and it's the end of a cycle. When you reverse the card, you're throwing those planks down that you've been carrying up the mountain, you're just throwing them down. You're like, I ain't doing this anymore. I've been pushed to the brink and I'm no longer doing it. Okay. That's different. Keeping it upright is like, I've been tempered and like, if you imagine metal being smashed and dented and it becomes tempered into a certain shape, and it's like you just keeping doing it. You've taken the maximum that you can take and you haven't chosen to give up. But this is like, I'm throwing these burdens down. I've put up with so much crap. I'm at the end of the cycle and ain't doing it anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's choosing that. The 2 of Pentacles is like, I need to find balance and don't have it. And it's either different priorities or there's a decision that needs to be made. Like, it's like trying to spin multiple plates. You got too much on the go, whether it's working kids or working a, toxic relationship or health battles and career. Something has got to give, okay? And we're choosing that. King of Wands, okay? Solar plexus activated, confident, assertive, goal-orientated, very self-driven, upbeat, energetic, passionate, enthusiastic. It's a very it's someone very ambitious. Yeah, you're feeling ambitious, you're feeling determined. Now that's interesting to me because you've had a lot of struggle and a lot of challenges, and then you've got rid of the burdens, but it's like we've still got this fiery, like that plane's really noisy, isn't it? We've still got this fiery what's the word? Quality isn't the right word, it wasn't what I wanted, but it's like this mood that we're in of it's ambition. There's something that you want, and you're not making fast moves because a king sits still and contemplates and plans and then takes action. It's like, yeah, confident, very, very driven by goals. And I've noticed this about Virgo. You are a perfectionist. You are someone who's a visionary. You got really great business ideas, business acumen, foresight. You analyze what's going on in the wider world. You analyze people. You know where there's opportunities in the market. You're very, very good. You're very, very good with business and projects. So there's a lot of ambition here. I mean, there's a lot of passion as well, but I think you get a kick off doing well financially, or you take a pride in what you do if you think you've done it the best possible standard. You get a kick out of it. You like to be observed winning and doing something like 100%. If it's worth doing well, it's worth doing 100% perfectionism. Like, What is going on here? We've got the Ten of Swords reversed. We're dropping pain, this sense of pain and anxiety that got to maximum. We're letting go of that. Something was really tough, physically burdening, mentally burdening, emotionally burdening, and we're dropping the burdens, but with determination. So I wonder what that was. I wonder what that was. Was it love? Or was it work? Was it a business venture? I don't know. Is it that you've overcome a complex issue by, problem solving, and so you don't have to worry about it? I don't know. Let's get 3 for the one that's on your mind, the one that you're dealing with or manifesting in. Now, you're showing up as a king, so you could be married, you could be a homeowner, or just high up in work, but you've got responsibilities, you could have kids. The Judgment, a call to action. The universe is saying, rise up and take action. Make this change. So this is your person now. This is not you. This is your person. So someone's being called to act. It could be general or it could be with regards to you. Let's see what else comes out. Okay, they are being called to act because they don't want to be single. The 9 of Pentacles upright is someone who's single and they have plenty of money for themselves. They can pay their own way. They don't need anyone else. They're doing great. When it's reversed, it's either someone that doesn't have enough money for themselves, or they don't want to be single. They want to be 10 of Pentacles. They want to be someone that puts 2 incomes together, creates lasting generational wealth as a partnership. Very difficult. It's possible to do that as a single person, but very, very difficult in this day and age. You would have to be someone that just devotes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to growing something that's really profitable. It's not your average person that manages to do things by themselves, but of course people do, or they become single. This person doesn't want to be single. They're being called to act, or they're unable to be abundant as a single person. Let's have a look. And then talking about financially abundance, it's not cups, it's pentacles. So it's money. Ooh, success. 6 of Wands is like, I want to be noticed, I want to be recognised. Now that could be in a love reading. I want to be noticed by eligible bachelors or females. I want to be dated, I want to be taken out, I want to meet someone. Or it could be, I want more money, I want to be successful, I want to be celebrated, I want people to say well done, so see, if it was the 8 of Pentacles upright or something, I'd say it's just financial, but I think this is someone that doesn't want to be single. I think they want to date. They want to be seen, observed, recognised, celebrated. They're being called to act. I mean, some of that confidence comes when we increase our financial abundance. Sometimes we feel more like we're going to put ourselves out there, but then I would expect a Page of Pentacles, like someone who's ready to invest in a relationship, or I didn't really see that. It's just like they want to be abundant, but not necessarily by themselves. I don't know. Let's see what comes out in the outcome. We've got the 7 of Wands reversed and the 3 of Wands reversed. So someone feels at a disadvantage and that's why they're not taking action. They know what they want. Because the 2 of Wands is, I need to decide if I'm going to go in this direction or that direction, A or B. When you get to the 3 of Wands, they've picked A or B. and now they're actuating it. They've picked a plan and now they're fulfilling it. That's reversed. They're not taking any action, and it's because they feel at a disadvantage. They don't feel that they would be competitive or eligible or attractive. So I don't think that's you. I think that's their energy, because you're dropping the burdens and you're King of Wands upright, so you are in your power. Very fiery, which is unusual for an earth sign to be so fiery and confident. You're elevating, or you're about to have a period of elevation, so that wouldn't be you, would it? That would be them that's feeling like they're at a loss. They want to be recognised, but they're not doing anything. The Wheel of Fortune's reversed. There's been like a spell of bad luck, misfortune. You know, external realities have been really unfavourable. We've got the Temperance, which is the major for Sagittarius. This is about managing emotions. You or they are successfully managing anger and upset to become more balanced, to become calm, to not show and not be over emotional. There's definitely been hardship, and that explains why we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and you know, we've had all these challenges, we've had all this pain, this fear, anxiety, physical challenges, financial challenges, whatever it is. There's been a lot, and you've chosen to drop the burdens, Virgo, emotionally and practically. You're in your power. You're very assertive at the moment, confident, steady, action orientated, just like this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. For a Virgo, the maiden, you know, earth energy, it's unusual. You're in your power. Let's do some digging and let's see. I don't know why someone's not acting. There seems to be a lot of misfortune, blocks, challenges, and trying to manage emotions while things are the way that they are. It's not the right timing or something like this. I don't know whether you're currently connected with this person or they're coming in for you. They're showing up as a single person, so either you're coming out of a relationship with them or you're manifesting this person in the future, and they're manifesting you. But it's, you know, the timing isn't right now. Let's do some digging and see what's been going on their side, whether you know them or not. Why have they got the Judgment and the Call to Action, please? There's loads coming out. Closed off, not emotionally available, distracted, hurt in the past. Okay, so they've been emotionally closed off. Public image, they're worried about what people think. Okay, way too concerned with what people think. So far away, physically and emotionally. See if you can rekindle the passion again. So they've been in something that is just not genuinely fulfilling to them, but they worry about what people will think if they come out of it. Self-righteous, act spiritually superior, condescending, preachy. So they could have religious values or just traditional values, or being brought up with those, and so they just don't believe in divorce, or they don't believe that it's respectable to be single and older. You know, they think you need to get married young. It takes two. Someone is not committed, incompatible, conflicted. Teasing. There's loads here. Dangling partial truths, needing answers and shifting. Well, that would make sense with the Six of Wands. Was this person desperate to be celebrated, desperate for attention, desperate to be recognised, desperate to be in a relationship, a union. All they think about is, you know, getting married and like how that's going to give their life value. In fact, they're willing to, you know, not be honest about their financial circumstances, or to not disclose any skeletons in the closet. They might not connect. They might be like seeing multiple people at the same time, or having a sugar daddy or sugar mummy or something like this. Like, I don't know. There's something a bit off with this person because they just want to look like they've got it all together, you know, and so they're prepared to bend reality, bend the truth, work with stuff that isn't that deep. I'm just having a think because I'm looking at your side, and I don't know why this would be coming in for you. Maybe this is someone that you've been dealing with that you're trying to leave behind. Let's see what else comes out for them. Why then you reading if you're not dealing with them? Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're unhealthy, and you're not dealing with them and they've got so much work to do, why would they show up? Normally people come in for you when they've already got out of something and they look to be like healing. Refreshed romance. Cleanse past sorrows, be charmed anew, and embrace the joy of a fling. They could be rebounding at the moment. Or they could be, you know, flinging themselves around. I don't know. Flinging about the place. Fake friends. Ooh. You know, like, what it's making me think about is like, you know, like Maids in Chelsea and like Real Housewives and all that. They hang out together and they actually can't stand each other. They bitch about each other, nasty. They've got no loyalty to each other. And you get in these like social circles, people that put themselves in the same environment because they think they've got stuff in common, like finances or family background, or you know, they're in certain categories of like new money or old money, and they just seem to be really having just a terrible time. Like, there isn't genuine connections being formed. It's like, because one problem is okay, like the financial side of life is okay, they're not really evolving at the same rate as anyone else, like emotionally and in love or like relationships, or because you're so busy normally trying to work hard and save up money and get to certain levels of security for yourself that you try to stabilize your life emotionally. And I'm not saying that everyone's like that all the time, because you have periods where you're running around doing all sorts, getting up to all sorts, and that's fine. But you've got certain things that you won't do. Like, you know not to get with your ex's, brother or sister, or you know not to get with your best friend's brother or so, or you know not to get with. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things that you don't do, and you don't need to mix and mingle and all get with each other in the same group of friends, but they don't even like each other. So just don't really feel like they're having a good life. And don't you find that people who have a lot of money tend to have drama in their lives through other ways, like health problems, or they lose people early in life? I found that really upsetting. I'd rather struggle with money for more of my life than the other way around. I'd rather forsake that over someone's health, the people that I love, or having genuine loving connections. I don't know. I'm just waffling a bit now, aren't I? But this person's in a kind of societal situation where it's all about what people have got. It's all about the house you've got, the car, being flash, being flush. It's too fake, it's too false, it's too phony. It doesn't really mean anything, does it? It doesn't really do anything for you, emotional stability wise, or you're getting so embroiled in drama that you're not actually doing much good anywhere for anyone. You stabilise your own life, you can help a lot of other people and have a good influence on other people's lives emotionally, or in other ways, practically, financially. But if you're just running around being a nut job, what are you doing for anyone? Not doing anything for anyone, are you? What's your point in your existence? It's not a good way to live for a long time. Let's get a confession from them. Although I don't think you want anything to do with this person if you have been involved with them. Your intelligence is so hot. It does sound quite immature. It sounds immature, doesn't it? Is this a younger person? Is there an age difference? Your intelligence is so hot. It's like they've only been dealing with vacuous people, and then I feel like that's emotional intelligence that they're talking about, as well as being educated and having a professional job, or knowing some sort of sector really well, knowing the trade really well, being grounded, being down to earth, being wise, being someone who's very secure in themselves. These are very insecure people, very shallow people, very argumentative, two-faced, bitchy, disloyal. It's not when you're getting that reflected back to you, and that's what you're dealing with, and that's how you understand who you are, and what qualities you have, you're only going to learn that you're involved in this shit, and so you are shit. You're not going to get anything good reflected back to you, so you're going to be insecure. And then you're going to meet someone who's really down to earth, grounded, from a really nice family, has great friends, works hard, comes home, has a stable life, and they're just going to be intimidated as fuck, but they're going to be really attracted to it as well. This person might do a lot of growing up later on in life. They might find out what's important later on. Do you know what I mean? It holds people back growing up in that. Really stunts their evolution a lot. Which is understandable because it's a different kind of lifestyle, to what a lot of people are used to. And I don't think it makes you into a very nice person because you can afford to be an arsehole. So you do, because that's what young people do. When you've got a chance to do it, so they do it. Right. I did those. Let's get messages from them. See what they've got to say for themselves. So you think your intelligence is hot. It will just sound like a Made in Chelsea thing to say. If I asked you to stay, would you leave? They don't want an ending. They don't want to be single. They just want to stay in something, because, you know, if you've never really done anything for yourself, you've never been independent, especially when you're young, you view a relationship as like, well, that's something I've got going on. Like, I've got a car, I've got a job, got a relationship. You like treat it like it's an asset, like it's something you've achieved. Got a boyfriend, got a girlfriend, it's fine. You know, like, you kind of place a lot of value on that the younger that you are. You haven't necessarily made yourself in your career yet. You might have a job, or you might have a go because mummy and daddy have set up a business for you, or like, you know, you've had a big leg up or something. You haven't actually got good confidence and self-esteem or self-worth. You kind of hang on to boyfriends and girlfriends more, and you kind of like think that that gives you value or makes you less of a burden on parents or something. You know what I mean, which makes it a lot harder when relationships end, a lot more painful. You know, worrying, you start worrying about your future and stuff. You don't worry like that when you get older, because you know that you've got more going for you. I am terrified, I told you. Your family won't like me. Yeah, because you're a knob. No. We're not supposed to have judgment, but I've been very judgmental, haven't I? I'm too afraid to talk. They don't feel confident. They don't feel good about themselves. They think you're much better than they are. I'm addicted to you. That's with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So why do they feel like that's like everything's against them? I want you to choose. They're trying to manage their emotions, but they're really worried that your family would just not like them, or their family, that they have very different values. They might not be that nice as people. Might be from different areas of the country. I don't know. It's a bit of an interesting one, this one, isn't it? Let's move them to the side, because we've got, in fact, I don't think I got any. Let's get one more. Wait, what else was turned over there? I'm open to compromise. Well, that's an important one. Doesn't mean it can't work, you know. Maybe you're meant to overlap. Mind you, now it looks like with all the struggle and all the pain, we were dropping that. I don't know. It could work. You could work on it. Or you might be like, I can't be around someone who's just got such different values. You can only try. If that's what you want to do, you can try, and then if it doesn't work, you know. Let's get advice. Yeah, let's do these first, and then we'll get advice. And then I need to move. I've got a numb bum. Connection. Love is the bridge connecting souls. Cherish those connections. Just where you find love, where you find genuine love, people care about what happens to you. They're resourceful, they help you. You feel safe around them, feel welcome around them. Be around that. You don't feel safe or welcome or cared for by this person or the people around them. You don't need to be around it. You need genuine connection, and they do. But sometimes people choose appearances over genuine connection because their values are different to yours, and they're not evolved, you know. Ooh, look at all this love I'm getting. I should stay on for longer. Maybe this is how to become a successful YouTuber. Do like a good 6 hours of just not moving on a Saturday. Let's get you some advice, Virgo. Wait, what am I doing? I haven't. No, I could get you a bit more clarity with these first. Is there anything else you can tell me about this person, this person's background, or what's going on with them? Heartbreaking, deeply hurt, sad, separation, breakup, feeling lost, grieving, or mourning. I mean, we could take that as heartbreaking, as in the, you know, this relationship has ended, or you meet them when they've just come out of something. You could meet them when they've just lost someone in their family. I don't like to say that, but it's a possibility because it says grieving and mourning. But you grieve and mourn the end of relationships, don't you? You grieve people who were alive because it's like they've died the way that you feel afterwards. You're not allowed to see them. You know, they don't want to see you. Same with their family. If you were close to anyone in the family, it's horrible, actually. People pick sides as well, don't they? They go back to like, well, I was their friend first, or like, they've always been better to me than you have, so, or I can't be friends with you both, it's too awkward, and then, oh, it's just horrible. It's horrible. It is horrible. Maybe they just don't want to be separate from you, or they don't want to be single, but it looks like there's been a breakup, whether it's from you or another person. There could have been loss. I don't know. And then let's get one from here, and then I'll get you advice. Sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. They could be exploring different sexualities. They may be confused because they find themselves attracted to different genders, you know, same genders, transgender, you know, they could be pansexual. They could be someone that doesn't want to be in a long-term connection, or they could be someone who is sex obsessed. They could be someone who is with someone for what they look like and what money they've got and how they look right on paper. They're in the right part of society, but they don't sleep together, or they barely sleep together, or it's too vanilla. You know, it just doesn't do it for them. They're going through the motions, which is horrible to think that someone's doing that with you. But I don't think sexuality is always about different sexualities and changing sexuality. I think it's about sometimes you've got with someone and aligned yourself with someone and matched yourself with someone based off status and money, where they're from, how they speak, what they look like. And actually, you know, this bit is like where the intimacy comes in, where the emotional connection comes in. So it can't really last, because eventually one of you or both of you will start looking for something that has more meaning to it from within this alliance or match that's being put together, because it's a smart match on paper, you know, or it looks right. That can only take you so far for so many years, and then someone will start, you know, seeking out more intimacy. Or if you settle down young, you know, and you just haven't experienced, like, you haven't explored sexuality, like, and I don't mean it can be with different sexualities, but it can just be your own sexuality with other people, you know. Maybe if you don't have much experience of it and you're only ever with one person, maybe you just have no access to it. think one of the worst things to do to someone as well is be married to them and then you're having intimate relations with others they don't know and they're having to be lonely from within a relationship. I think that's so mean and nasty. Some people aren't, they're asexual and they don't have sexual desire, you know, and they're like, don't know why they don't want to sleep with their partner. Like, it's a wide open subject, isn't it? Something we probably still, you know, don't understand ourselves like that fully, especially when you're trying to discuss other people and sexuality. It's very difficult. You only know it yourself and you only know it as you get older, I think, the more experience you have with it. Some people might know from straight away. I don't know. Let's get advice. Voyage, set sail on a new course. If you've been feeling called, Virgo, to move on, do it. Guidance, find safety in your beacon's light. So you might get signs. I don't really, it confuses me when people say, oh, the signs and synchronicities of this or that. I don't really get that so much, but I think this is your internal guidance. Like, if you just feel intuitively that you need to leave or you need to end something or you're interested in someone, whichever way it goes, follow your internal guidance, okay? Follow your instincts, your third eye chakra, your gut. Very rarely can you go wrong following your heart, but sometimes your intuition is screaming at you about something. And I think this is more about intuition. But internal guidance can be feeling with your heart as well and just following what you want. Can't go wrong if you follow your heart. On that moment, it was all fours, right? All fours. So see what that means numbers wise. Let's get you some more advice. And then I am wrapping this baby up. At least for like a good hour. I need a break. Give me some more advice, please, for Virgo, if this is resonating with Virgo. Creator and Earth. That's nice because you're an Earth sign. You've got a lot of creative juices in you that need to be exercised. You need to find outlets for your creativity because you're great with colour, pattern, texture, shade, you know, aspect. Very, very much a visionary, and you can see things before they're made. See the possibilities, multiple possibilities for stuff, and visually very, very able to beautify spaces and things. So the possibilities are endless, Virgo. Cozy up with risk. Take some risks, okay? Travel, start projects, start businesses, those things that you've been wanting to do for a really long time, do it. Okay, don't be talked out of it. Oh my god, why didn't I get that one? You are living poetry. Your life is a beautiful sonnet, okay? So you need to be proud of everything that's happened to you in your life, okay? Scars are beautiful. Stories are beautiful. You've got a book in you. You've probably got several volumes in you, and you're able to, you got the mind as such, you're able to make, you know, beautiful things out of horrible things. So that's really nice. The sacred flow of yes. Oh, I love these cards. They're so pretty, aren't they? Everything's gonna become the wheel of fortune for you. You got a period of prosperity and success and fulfillment, because I know you feel fulfilled when you're successful. I know it's very important to you to feel like you're achieving. Okay, you're happiest when you've got stuff that you're working on. Create create alchemy. So this is about making magic happen, but using the sciences. Okay, so you might be using technical skills, you might be using knowledge about geometry, physics, chemistry, biology. You know, the greatest botanists, architects, interior designers, people who work with psychology. I'm thinking more in the lines of beautifying things there, or changing how things work, like functional spaces, buying and selling. You're very, very good at marketing, sales, beautifying things. You might want to open up a shop, you know, you might, I don't know. I really don't know. It's your life, isn't it? But let's get it moving, let's get it going, you know, do that investment, take that risk, start that enterprise, that property development. You're getting a massive spiritual kick up the arse to do it. Do the things that make you excited. Do the things that make you happy, hopeful, energized. I'm talking about business a lot because you're in the King of Wands energy. And I think it helps you mentally when you achieve some sort of fire in this belly. But you are an earth sign, so your skills are, you're creative, you're the creator. You're an ideas person, and you're ready to take action. You want this. I know you want this. All right, take care, Virgo. I hope this resonates. And oh, let me get you one final. I'll get you one final advice, because I nearly forgot because you had so much advice there. But I will be wrapping this up after this last advice. Choice. I choose serenity, light, and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. So I'm telling you now, you're getting told to drop the fear. Just stop it. Stop worrying and being anxious, and do whatever it is that you've got on your mind that you've been thinking about doing. Release. I stop fighting my fears. Yet again, triple confirmation. And the hardships of life. I control my thoughts. Okay, so I'm getting like a big indicator of an overly anxious person here. And accept each stage of life. Don't look too far ahead, okay? I work on what I have power over. You know, you can't control everything. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. Okay, so have faith. Do not lose faith. This is your crown chakra. Okay. Look how gorgeous that colour is. Your connection to spirit is real, and you take care of it by honouring it and knowing that everything's going to be all right. Everything that happens for your highest good. Okay, if you want to activate your crown chakra, you can put your hands in front of your stomach, fingers interlaced with the little fingers pointing upwards. and you can make the chakra sound and you have to hold it for a long time. Get meditating, because you might have got a little bit, you're very practical and you're very creative, but you're a warrior. Okay, and we want you to be a warrior, not a warrior. You could be naturally anxious, especially if you're female. I'm not being sexist, but we're just anxious people because we're nurturers and we perceive more danger often than what there is. Oh my God, how beautiful, you've got the same colour twice. Have I already read that one? Choice. I choose serenity, light and positive energy. No matter what I go through, I choose happiness. I rise above fear and direct my thoughts to God. Wow. You're in good company here. The universe has got your back. But they just want you to believe that and accept that. Right, take care, Virgo. Have a lovely rest of your evening or your weekend. You're very welcome to come back and watch the other signs. I'm going to have an hour break because I've been on here for ages. And then I'll do Libra to Pisces. Okay. All right, see you in a while.